Look at the seasons in your life. When Christ walked the earth during his ministry, he mentioned something interesting. He said, when you look at the clouds and you see that the clouds are becoming darker, then you know it's going to rain. When you look at the crops and you see that they're about to come out, you know that spring is coming or summer is coming. So why don't you discern the signs of the times? The signs of the times refer to symptoms. Let me say it like this. Let's say now that you are under attack. You are under psychic violence. There will be symptoms. For example, you have sudden headaches, or you feel tired often, you feel drained, or accidents tend to happen more frequently. So those are signs of the times. What times? Whatever is going on. You're now in a season of attack. So when you discern, oh, this is a season of attack in which many people attack me because they see this as an opportunity to take me out, what do you do then? You anticipate it. But here's the thing. When it comes to the natural weather out there, it's not when the first raindrops fall, people think, oh, it's going to rain. No, they look from afar because they know the rain comes from the clouds. So they look from afar. If from afar clouds are moving in your direction and the clouds are gray or are heavy, then you know, okay, it's going to rain. And if you can see the lightning in the clouds from afar, then you know, oh, a storm is coming. And then you anticipate. The same way should be with the seasons in your life. You should recognize when bad times are coming. And as a believer, you're able to sense bad times coming. And in many cases, you are able to sabotage those bad times by shutting them down or by redirecting them. You're able to do that as a believer. However, too many of us don't pay attention to the symptoms in our daily life. All life circumstances are a symptom. Now, a symptom refers to a sign of something bad. But I'm here to say that a symptom can sometimes also be a sign of something good. So, what I'm telling you now is to pay attention to the symptoms in your life. Too many believers just don't do it. Okay, let me give an example, just a parable to you. You are happily married, you, your wife, your children, and things are going well with your children. Children enter the teenage years, and suddenly one day there's a tragic accident, one of your child dies. And everyone is sad in your family, and people are going to think, oh, why did this happen? So, years after the tragedy, you reflect back and you remember that during your wedding, your father-in-law spoke something bad over your marriage. He said something like, well, let's hope this will last better than her past relationships. So he decreed a curse on your marriage. But you thought, well, my wife's father just drank too much, so he just blurted something out. No, he never wanted you with his daughter. But he had no choice but accept it. But he expressed this anger, and this expression of anger became a curse that he decreed on you. Later, he, behind the scenes, was murmuring about you, and more people began to agree with him just so that he would shut up. And those people that agreed with him, just so he would shut up, they empowered the curse he spoke out. And that curse eventually led to a negative cloud, or a cloud of negative energy to be gathered around your house. That's why some of your children got the cold more often than normal. You thought, why are my children getting the cold so often? That was a symptom right over there that something very bad was coming. And eventually, the negative energy has built up so much that it landed on one of your children, and that that all that negative energy on that child attracted that other bad situation that led to the death of that child. That's how the tragedy unfolded. No tragedy and no accident just happens. It's negative energy accumulating and then crashing. This sounds very technical, but that's how it goes. So, is it your fault that your child died by the tragedy? No, because you're not the one that enabled that psychic violence against your marriage. The environment did. But it's no use now to be angry at the environment because you won't get your child back. But your child could have still been alive, and it could have been prevented if you've recognized the symptoms. Now, don't blame yourself if you didn't recognize symptoms in the past and bad things happened. No, I'm not telling you to feel guilty, nor to hate yourself or to be apathetic. No, I'm not telling you to do any of that. I'm just informing you and teaching you so that better will happen in the future. Pay attention to the symptoms in your life, because the symptoms in your life also affect people around you. Some of you are listening to me now. You have relatives, maybe parents or grandparents or children or cousins, or you have relatives of yours who are about to be taken out violently due to negative energy accumulating around them and crashing on them. And the only reason they will survive and remain alive is when you go into prayer, decrees, declarations on their behalf, and when you shut down those demonic forces. You may not know who it is in your family. Just cover your family. Cover your relatives in prayer. Comfort them. Divert violence away from them. Divert negative energy away from them. Divert sickness and poverty away from them. Do it. Pay attention to the symptoms in your life. If you have a child that's under attack, you will feel it. If you have a parent that's on attack, you will feel it. Or maybe it's not a relative to you. Maybe it's at work. Maybe someone at work has a disease in the body that's about to take them out, and you sense that something is off around an individual. Take action. Pay attention to the symptoms in your life. We should do that at all times. Be at peace, believer.